The mind by itself cannot be present. It can only live in an imagined state of being awake, where it first creates the idea of being in presence, awake to itself. And then, having imagined a state that is pleasurable, it identifies with its own construction and calls that being present. That is not being present. In order for a man or a woman to be present, which is the same as saying practicing the presence. And let me just interrupt myself to say that when I say practicing the presence, I'm not adding anything glamorous to it. Because to practice the presence at this level of our being is to practice being in relationship with a part of ourself that can be in relationship with the divine. You think you're practicing the presence because it's fanciful, but to truly practice the presence requires that the individual be in a constant state of sensing themselves. The mind by itself can sense nothing. In order to fully sense yourself, which is what would be required to have a true walking meditation, a true awakened life, so that you wouldn't be trying to be awake from place to place. You would be in the place, present to yourself, where you can't go to sleep. It's not about setting objectives, although one starts like that, because gradually one has to go through a process of discoveries that in themselves are illuminations and negations at the same time. Every interior discovery is an illumination and a negation at the same time. I see a possibility and I see what is impossible in the same moment of a discovery. So as I work to try to be awake and practice the presence and do my diligence as an aspirant wanting to know something of the divine life, I start out with intentions and aims, and when I get up, I want to know I'm up. When I get over there, I want to know I'm over there. I want to be with myself so that I haven't been abandoned by myself between places. But the only way in which it's possible for a human being to not live in a state of being abandoned by their own consciousness is to be related to the part of their consciousness that is related to the present moment. And it is your senses that are related to the present moment. It is your senses that correspond to everything that converges in them. Not just the senses of the physical body, but all of your senses. But you have to start someplace. You try to have an awakened life, practice the presence using your mind, you're a lunatic. You're someone who, on one hand, believes that you're able to do and be something, but never see the shift take place when the condition changes and your intention disappears because it belonged to something intellectual alone. It's gone. Stay in your bodies. You want to stay awake? Stay in your bodies. Everything that you need to have revealed to you is unfolding within you every single moment. That's where you need to be. That's what you need, in quotes, to do. But it's a different kind of doing because it's involved in seeing and sensing, not trying.